Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. It was kind of hot out today, so I waited until a little bit later to take a walk. But right now it's just beautiful. Love it, you know. But I wanted to drop by and talk to you guys about a meditation called Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. I sound like I'm having a stroke. Ho'oponopono. It's an ancient Hawaiian meditation where you set a clear intention of letting go of anger or a grudge or something that's honestly hurting you, especially more than it is the other person. However, one of the things that I've been doing lately, we'll stop in the shade, is I came to the realization that when I'm doing this meditation, I have a tendency of picturing myself as well. And I mean, honestly, as a former addict, there are a lot of things that I need to apologize to myself for, you know? I mean, you know, granted, I was in pain, I was hurting, I was trying to release the pain in any way I could as quickly as I could. And, you know, it was one of those things that I didn't really understand, that healing takes time. It takes, you know, and you gotta allow yourself that time. So I wound up doing more damage than I did healing. And so I'm, you know, and I know a lot of you out there can relate to that, you know. I mean, even if it's not like a substance or something like that, or an addiction or anything, you know, just like pushing ourselves too far, putting ourselves in situations that, you know, we really shouldn't, because it hurts us, you know. And so making an apology to yourself is not a bad idea, you know. And as I've said before, you know, kind of seeing yourself like in the mirror or something like that, and just saying the 4 phrases of the meditation that are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I mean, it helps release the pain and anger and things like that, that I'm sure a part of you is still carrying. And, you know, I know I am. And so this meditation has been helping me immensely lately. I've been feeling so much lighter and so much better, you know, just. And then, you know, in return also being able to forgive yourself for those things. You were just doing the best that you can with what you had. And that's understandable. And it's not something that should be judged, you know. I mean, that's all we really can do in life, right? And I mean, another thing that I've actually been talking to a lot of friends about lately is the power of silence. You know, especially when dealing with narcissists, or, you know, somebody who's still in pain themselves, honestly. You know, I was listening to Carl Jung, and he was talking about how powerful an empath can be when they actually kind of snap done. And a lot of times there's no explosion, there's no, because we all know that, honestly, explosions really, they get attention, but they don't really get our message across, because, one of the things that Greg taught me was that once the yelling starts, the listening stops. Because it's a very big trigger for everyone, especially if they've grown up in a very chaotic childhood. It just triggers. It triggers them to freeze. And the thing about freezing and triggers is that when that happens, the brain essentially shuts down. So there's no more listening. There's no more ability to listen, honestly. And so silence can actually speak volumes at that point, Plus, you got to look at it as they've already taken so much of your time. They're really not worth any more, and it, the silence can ultimately tell them that you're done and you're not changing your mind, because they have nothing to fight against. They have nothing to feed off of. They have no reaction whatsoever. So they have nothing to go by. So, but yeah, that's one of the things that I've been talking about. I know C.S. Lewis said that integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is looking. So essentially, your silence carries on to basically doing the right thing without calling attention to yourself. They have nothing to go off of. They have nothing to feed them, like I said, I know I've been talking to a really good friend that essentially has been getting used, and that pain is so deep. I've been there, I really used to be a people pleaser. I used to be one of those that sought out external validation, and I know external validation is comforting and it feels really good, but kind of like a substance, is it really worth it? Especially once that validation sours, turns into degrading and insults and things of that sort. It's kind of like a couple of moments of bliss for a very long time of pain. And it's hard. It's really hard to break that habit, because you do genuinely want to be there and you do genuinely want to help. And I get that. Sometimes you gotta let them do it themselves, and that way they can actually feel, if their intentions are not to use somebody or something like that, they can actually feel the achievement, the glory and achievement of accomplishing something themselves. So, but, like I said, it is hard. It's definitely not easy. And that is where, the Ho'oponopono meditation comes in. Essentially forgiving yourself for standing up for yourself. because you do deserve it. As I've said many times before, you deserve to be happy. So, if you like my style, hit subscribe, like my videos, give me your comment. Alright? Love to hear from you. But take care of yourself. You do deserve it.